Book writing framework. I'm going to walk you through today how to fill in this form and what the actual goal for this is. Now, whenever we write the book, the purpose of doing this is to attract new leads, attract more of your ideal client. So as we go through this is going to help us get the message clear of what you're telling them, also what your calls to action are, and what the next steps are for your client or for your potential client. Now, this is going to help us, this book writing framework, answering this as fully as possible, gives us the necessary tools to create all the follow-up content, right? This allows us to create our 12-month content calendar. Getting this right allows us to create our landing page copy, our email follow-up copy, and it's your brand, it's your message, everything that you're putting out there. So take some time with this, switch off all distractions, and put your full intent into this. I'm going to walk you through step by step on what exactly I'm looking for in each one of these questions so that we can make the best possible use out of our time together. So name, surname, email address, business name. Okay, standard questions, right? Here's the next thing. Who is your ideal target market? Now, I want you to think of this as your dream client, the ideal person that you would want to deal with and use your services. So get clear here, okay? Now, what we want to achieve here is we want to put the ideal person that you want to work with. Now, it doesn't mean that you won't get people who are your ideal client, but the clearer that you have this defined, the more you have this defined as who the exact person is that you want to work with, what does your ideal client look like, the more you start attracting them, right? And the more you repel the people that you don't want, the more you attract the people that you do want. Okay. If we can work with more of our ideal clients, then, business is great for everybody. They get results, you get results, they pay you more money, you can deliver a better quality service to them. So this is what we want. And what we're looking for here is their psychographics and their demographics. So in terms of your ideal target market, are they business owners? If so, what kind of businesses do they run? Do they fall in a specific niche? How many people do they need to have in their business that are relevant to what you're selling them? What is their turnover? What moves them? Are they in a certain position in their business, right? Let's take a look at where are they demographically? Do they need to be in a certain radius of your business? Okay. Do they need to have, do they need to be doing a certain amount of revenue? Are they male? Are they female? What is their age group, right? And then we want to start thinking about, what does their thinking look like? All right. Are they coachable? As an example, I'm going to throw some examples out here for you. Are they coachable? Are they early adopters? Are they wanting to move forward fast? Do they have families? The more clear that we get on your ideal target market, and not just in terms of a business term, but if we can get inside their mind, what do they really like? What are the things that they like doing? Do they like fancy cars? Do they like going out for dinner? Do they like, expensive houses? What does that actually look like? So the more that we get clear on this, the better we can actually market to these people, right? So then we want to know what are the key factors you need to know or the business needs to have in place in order to make a success for them. So if you had to give a 200% guarantee on your work, what would they need to have in place in order for you to get those results and ensure their success? Okay. So as an example, if for me personally, running a marketing agency, I want to know how big is their list? How many staff do they have? What sort of revenue are they doing? Are they advertising? Where are they advertising? How much are they spending on advertising, right? What are the key factors you need to know? So if they came back to you and said they wanted a refund, right? What would they absolutely need to have in place in order for you to ensure success? Does that make sense? Right? So if you are an insurance company, how many brokers do they need to have? What sort of products and services do they need to sell? What sort of client base do they need to be working with? Are they looking for more high-end clients? Do they deal with your lower-end clients? What do they need to have in place? Do they need to have training facilities? Do they need to have people who've got access to internet? These might sound like silly things, but put all of these things down. This is your ideal client. What do you need to know to guarantee success? Then we want to know the top 10 problems that they have, or, the top 10 problems that they're looking to solve. Do they have not enough time? Do they have complicated processes? Do they not know where or how to invest, or don't know who to choose from? The current providers aren't delivering results. What do they come to you for? What are the biggest problems that you solve? Now, I want to know the top 10 problems, but I also want to know, why do they have these problems? Okay. And this is really going to be the thing that moves them. So if they're not getting enough leads, as an example, why are they not getting enough leads? Is it because they've got lazy salespeople? Their marketing processes are broken. They're not advertising. They're not going door to door. They're not making enough cold calls. Whatever, their message isn't right. Whatever that reason is for why they're having that problem. So I want to know the problem and then the reason that they're having that problem. Okay, the why. Okay, because that's what we're going to use to really drive them to start taking some action. And then we want to know the major thing that they come to you for. So what is the biggest problem that you solve for them? You know, the one thing that you hear again and again and again. All right, there's one thing, right, that you hear again, and you'll know exactly what it is. Then we want your bio. Okay, now this is specifically to give you credibility. All right, what have you done? Have you got any degrees? Have you done any further studying? The biggest thing we want to know here is in terms of credibility, how many people have you helped and what have you helped them achieve? Is it helping them grow their business, making them more money, showing like a 5 times year-on-year growth, achieve certain results? What have you helped people do that other people can relate to? Okay. So write a nice bio, something that people can read and make it entertaining. You know, people love a good story. So make your bio entertaining and write it in the first person, not in the third person. So it's not, Matt has done this, 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 and this. That's boring. No one cares about that. Write it in the first person like you're having a one-to-one conversation with them. Okay. And then in one sentence, describe who your product is for. In one sentence. So everything that we've gone through here, your ideal target market, the problems they have, I want you to write in one sentence who this product is for. And then also, what is your purpose for writing the book? And don't say it's because Matt told me to. I mean, obviously we know that. But, why do you want to write a book? Do you want to gain more credibility? Do you want to reach more of your ideal clients? Do you want to have more of your ideal clients coming to you? Do you want to have something that tells people what you do that is worth reading? Right? Whatever that reason is for you, write that down. Remember, this is a 10 to 20 page power book. So whatever that reason is for you, write that down and write it clearly. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me and I'll help answer those.